Good morning, everybody. It's Friday, October 9th, 2020. Just got out of the gym, did a half hour of elliptical again, and you know what? I actually pushed myself a little harder today. Uh, I feel like it's getting easier to do the elliptical. Like, I'm not saying it's hard in general, but just to go through the 30 minutes of staying in one place, that's the hardest part. I'd rather walk outside, but in Connecticut, starting to get a little cold out in the morning, so it's just not possible. And the elliptical actually gives a better workout because you're moving your knees. It's almost like running without the impact on your joints. So I pushed myself a little harder, did a few more strides per minute on average. So I'm just looking at that. If you guys follow me on Twitter, at VApicella SWE, I put out a post last night, quite honestly, basically saying that I realized, because I'm a huge wrestling fan, huge WWE fan, but what I realized is I'm not a big fan of today's wrestling. I'm not a big fan of the flip-flop and fly and all the tope suicidas and the lack of psychology in matches and the repetitive super kicks. I come from a wrestling fandom where, somebody's finisher was their own and nobody else used it, or even their moveset. So like when I see everybody using a super kick, it just doesn't work for me. It kind of takes the specialty out of wrestling in general. So what I've decided to do is I really don't care. I'm gonna still watch Raw and SmackDown, but and possibly NXT once in a while, because they do have good storylines, because at least Triple H is a great mind for wrestling. But I really don't care about Impact or AEW or Indies, because quite honestly, it just doesn't interest me anymore. So and I'm okay with that. But so what I'm decided to do is stop talking about current wrestling on my podcast. And I've actually, after 23 years, 23 and a half years to be exact, I'm going to retire the name SportsWire. No longer will I use that name. I'm actually going to change my name. I'm going to take a couple weeks off and start a new format, rebrand. I'm looking for a graphic designer, somebody. I have a logo in my head with the new name of the podcast, and I want to try to get it on paper. Or in a graphic. So I'm going to work to either find a graphic designer who can help me out, or do it myself on Photoshop if I can. But that's neither here nor there. At this point, I just want to let everybody know that I'm no longer going to be covering current wrestling on my podcast. There's so many other ones out there. I just want to enjoy it as a fan. Got to the point where I was DVRing everything, trying to catch up, and I really wasn't enjoying the wrestling like I should be. WWE is great. Even they're getting to the point where a lot of their matches are flip-flop and fly, and a lot of the newer wrestlers today just don't have the psychology. The Randy Orton Drew McIntyre feud has had great psychology, great spots in there, and that's the way it should be. I don't like this new current style where there's no psychology and everybody's using the same moves, and the finishers aren't special anymore because now they're just signature moves because people kick out of them all the time. But it is what it is. I also want to give a shout out to anybody who's out there who's supporting me on my weight loss journey. I went to the nutritionist yesterday, and from the last time I went, I'm down 10 pounds, which I knew, but they were proud. They said keep it up. Of course, I haven't met with them since February, before this whole pandemic started and the world went into chaos, gyms closed and everything. So I'm glad that I'm down, and now I'm just going to keep it off by eating healthy, working out more, staying motivated. But I want to thank you all for watching. I'm going to also, after today, I'm going to start posting these at night when I get home, because it's been eating up my data posting them when I'm not on Wi-Fi. But today I'll post it up in the morning, but then starting next week, I'm going to record them in the morning after the gym and then post them when I get home in the evening. But yeah, so I hope you all have a great day. Have a great weekend if I don't post over the weekend. My son's got a marching band competition tomorrow, a virtual competition. So they're recording their own and then sending it in. So I'll be there after work. But have a great day, folks. Have a great weekend. Stay strong and stay motivated. The biggest thing.